The next question is, what are Aurora Australis and Aurora Borealis? How are this triggered? See, this question we generally expect in a 10-marker question, or it can be expected in a prelims question. But they have asked a 15-marker on this question. Now, how to write these sort of questions? They have asked it directly only. They didn't ask anything beyond this. They have asked directly. You can start with the definition only. What are Aurora Australis and what are Aurora Borealis? Aurora Australis and Aurora Borealis. See, when you start the introduction, you can start Aurora Australis and Aurora Borealis. These two, this one is called Southern Lights and Northern Lights. Which will happen? This happens in the South Pole region. This happens in the North Pole region. Why these are getting triggered? Because of the solar wind interaction with the Earth's magnetosphere. This is the introduction which you can write for this question. Now, when it comes to the next part, you need to draw a diagram which obviously fills the space. You need to draw the diagram of, consider this is the Earth and this is the Sun. And Earth have its own magnetic field. Earth have its own magnetic field. And when the sun's rays, the solar wind, or coronal mass ejections tries to touch the Earth's magnetosphere. See, this is how the Earth's magnetic field actually looks like. But the Earth axis is not a straight line. It is tilted. The Earth axis tilted. That's why this thing can enter the South Pole. Or when it is tilted in the different fashion when it is near to the sun. The tilted is different. That's why northern light and southern light can be red, purple and the greenish lights, which can be seen in these regions. Now, when the tilt is like this, the solar wind actually enters the northern hemisphere and it can lead to Aurora Borealis, which can be seen in Canada, Norway and Russia and other Scandinavian countries. And when the Earth axis is like this, the solar wind will try to enter the southern hemisphere. And it can lead to the Aurora Australis. And this leads to the lights in the Antarctica. And this helps in the study of atmosphere effect on the Antarctica coast. This is how you need to write about Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis and how it is triggered, the reasons for the trigger. So the one thing is solar wind. The second thing is the magnetosphere of the Earth. And the third thing is the presence of oxygen and nitrogen in the upper atmosphere. Oxygen and nitrogen in the upper atmosphere. This can lead to reddish lights or the greenish lights. If the nitrogen is dominant, you can see the greenish lights. If the oxygen is dominant, you will see the reddish lights. So this is the reasons for the occurrence of Aurora Australis and Aurora Borealis. How can you conclude for these answers? These two phenomena will help the astronomers to understand the effect of space weather on the Earth. This is how you can conclude for this sort of question. Simple question. If you try to fill the pages with the diagrams, the examiner will easily give you the majority of the marks. So this is about Aurora Australis and Aurora Borealis.